Recently, King Von passed away.
Mm.
Mo 3 passed away.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to death, do you personally ever think about it?
Man, like, I'm, keep it 1K here, yeah, but I don't let it control me, you feel me? Like, I stay on my guard, and I stay on 10, I try to, I minimize the risk, you feel me? Like, I'm still, like, man, this shit come like that, you feel me? Like, car wreck, you gone, you feel me? So, you can't run from this shit, I live my life, you feel me? Now, it be on my head sometimes, like, especially like it be on my family head, and, they'll put the pressure on me, like, especially like me being a person of interest, like, they'll hit me like, like every time a rapper pass or something like that, hit me, like, be careful, you feel me? Then it be like, it be in the back of my head. It's a built up, like a little, another burden, you feel me? But, just the life, like the life that was given to me, you feel me? Like, stress, something that, you just kept pushing through, you know what I'm saying?
Are you afraid of it?
No, I can't, I ain't afraid of death, man. I ain't afraid of death now. Then like drowning or something, yeah, but like, just the thought of being gone type shit, I ain't, cause life gonna keep moving.
Is it something you're financially prepared for?
I would hope to say so, you feel me? Yeah, I ain't got no kids or nothing, so you know what I'm saying? But yeah, for the most part, you feel me? I would say I am. Like, I own royalties to my music and shit, so you feel me?
What about a will?
I ain't got no will, bro, nothing like that.
What about life insurance?
Yeah, I ain't got no life insurance either. Need to open one of them bitches, though.
What about a beneficiary name on a bank account?
Yeah.
And money set aside?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it something you're musically prepared for? Death.
Like for instance, like post death music type
Yes.
shit. Yeah. I got hella music racked up type shit. Say something, and shit. I ain't finna sit there and just prepare for the shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I were to be gone today, yeah, my fans would be able to hear my voice for a little bit. A good amount of time. You feel me? Into the future.
Is it something that's ever been talked about with your inner circle? In the event you pass away, what happens to your music?
No. Like lightly, but ain't nothing like, it ain't been like no sit down conversation.
Because there's a few things that one wonders about when a recording artist passes away. So for example, some may want their music after they pass away to continue on. Unreleased songs, unreleased records, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Some may not.
Yeah, I'm definitely not like, I look at my music as like something that impacts the world, you feel me? Like, my voice changes lives, you feel me? Or, brightens up days and shit like that. So, you feel me? Like, I'm pretty sure like if Shakespeare was to leave this motherfucking earth and not release all the pains he had, you feel me? It would be a different, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing that one wonders about is when it comes to a person's music after they pass away is, sometimes the vocals are on different beats, maybe different beats than what was actually recorded originally.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? Is that something you're okay with happening, or no, you want to keep whatever you have as it is?
For the most part, like, most of my music, I like it how it is, you feel me? But I understand, like, your beat might be bought or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Or,
as long as my family okay with it, you feel me? For the most part, like, I'll be straight with it, either way it come out, I'm already dead, I don't give a fuck. As long as my voice being heard, because I know my voice don't really need to be. I can go a cappella, like, you can just take all the instrumentals off, man, this shit gonna speak for itself.
And then what about features from artists?
Post-death?
Yes, exactly. Sometimes there could be a feature
it
on someone's
on
song
meaning.
that that you...
But if anybody like, you know, anybody other than my family using the beneficial, you know, that shit fucked up. You know, you're a fucked up ass person. You know what I'm saying? That's with anybody. You know, like, know your intent. You know what I'm saying? And your intent you know, all this shit is done in darkness. You know, that shit will come to light. If anybody over me and my music, you know, doing something that, you know that my family wouldn't respect or I would respect if I was here, you know that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Ever been close to death personally or had a near-death experience yourself?
Yeah, a couple of them.
What's the closest you've ever been to it?
You know, like car wrecks. I've been in shootouts, like, you know, where, like, you feel me? You know, your face right here and bullet, goddamn, hit the wall right here type shit. Like, bullet hole in the wall right here type shit. Like, if I was, like, probably like this, you know, your head would have been off type shit. Like, I done been in that. Shit, in wrecks and shit. Like, I've been in two major wrecks that I could have lost my life in, you know. And I walked away, minor injuries, but the wrecks was like, you feel me? Like, the more like, boy, you lucky to be here type shit.
Wrecks that were at?
Flipped about the road, you know, going through light poles and shit. Man, I done did that.
Was it wrecks that were caused by you or the other driver?
Like rain and shit. Like, usually both times it was raining. One time with the other driver, and one time with me. I was driving and it was in the rain, you feel me? So came up off the road.
When it came to that shooting,
Yeah,
where a bullet was really close to you,
yeah.
if you could take me back to that moment, is that something that you could actually hear whiz by?
Yeah.
What does that actually feel like, or what are your thoughts when you hear it and you realize the bullet was so close to you?
I was in a crowded house around town, like, you know, I heard the whiz, you feel me? But then it was more like the wall, like, flying around and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the insides of the walls, like, you know, you smell it, you know, you see it, it's all in your eyes shit, you know, and that was like, and then, you feel me, my partner got down, he like, look, you feel me, like, and, you know, I done been like, you know, I done heard bullets whizzing, you know, I done heard that shit, bro, a couple times, like. That's why I say I don't think I really fear that shit. Like, you know, I ain't never been hit with no bullet. You know, luckily, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been shot, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, but like, them ain't, like, in them situations, every time I've been in them situations, I ain't really panicking in them situations, you feel me? Like, you know, I adapt this type shit. Like, I'm in a shootout, you know, I do what's best to survive this shit. You feel me?
Does everything happen so fast, or does time kind of slow down?
It depends on the situation, but it's happening, you know, it's happening fast as fuck. But in time, you know, when you in that jam, you know, you in that situation, you know, it's going, you know, it depend on, I feel like it depends on if you have control of the situation. You feel me? If you got control of it, then it's, you know, boom, 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 like that. But shit, if it's just like the fans at the time I'm talking about, it's that. You feel me? Right outside the door, like boom, boom, boom. You feel me? You went from playing the game to, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? The house gun on the floor type shit. Yeah, you know, like, you know, it just depends on, you know. I feel like it's in that perspective. Like, if you feel me, if you got control of the situation, you know, if you feel like you can get control of the situation. Shit, if you don't feel like shit, you just waiting on that shit to get down, fight down, but you know.
Are you nervous in a situation like that? And we're talking about the situation where it
yeah,
was
that's why I say, like, you feel me, I don't think I fear, cause I ain't never panic, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never panic, like, it's, you know, survival mode, like, you know what I'm saying? And anybody I love, you know, make sure they straight, you feel me? But it's survival mode for real, though.
Is it some sort of adrenaline rush at all?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely an adrenaline rush. But see, sometimes it done happen, and you know, nigga don't even, you know, think about it no more type shit. Like,
Never got to the point where you urinated on yourself or defecated on yourself in a situation like that?
nah, But you know, that shit have happened to the best of them, you feel me? Shit, they say when you die, you feel me? You know you do that.
Well, this is what I want to know in regards to the situation, my last question to it. Because there's people that play video games
Yeah.
and kind of get a sense of what a shootout is like. They see this in movies. They see this in television. They hear it in music. They hear it in songs. But what's the difference when you're actually in a shootout like you just described versus the video games, versus the movies, the TV, the music?
It's you. It's 5D now. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And you know, like, you know, it depends on the extent of this shit. Like, you feel me? You might see somebody get, you know, took off, you feel me? Or you might got down, you know, like certain people can't even, you know, see blood and shit like that. Like, it just depends on how serious the situation is. You know, some people gonna fold up, some people gonna sit there and scream their ass off. You know, all I can say is how I react to it, you know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, like you can relate it to the movies, but it ain't nothing like you being there, cause you the movie now. You know what I'm saying?
How realistic is it to like a video game?
I mean,
I don't know if you even play video games.
You know, I play, like, you know, you play GTA and shit, like Call of Duty and shit.
How realistic is it to something like that?
I mean, shit, like, shit, I mean, damn, this shit, like, I mean, it's the same thing for real. It's the same thing, like, you know, like, shit, like on Call of Duty, you'll sit there and watch your nigga die, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you'll watch another nigga die, another nigga get his ass smoked, like, yeah, like, that shit, like, I ain't saying it's gonna prepare you in any type of way, like, shit, I ain't saying, like, that's the goal, you know, like, that's something that you just go look at to prepare yourself for a shootout. No, you know, like, I mean, you know, it's just the person. And when that time comes, you know what I'm saying, like, you might be meant for it, you might not.
This particular situation where the bullet whizzes by you and you see how close it is, was that actually meant for you, or?
No, it wasn't meant for me. It wasn't meant for me. I was young then. It was like, I was still in school around that time. I was like 17 type shit. It wasn't the first time, but you know, it was one of them times like I'll never forget it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what age or what grade you were in?
17, I probably like in 11th grade type shit. I got to find about the shit like too long, like after the shit, like, you know, I got to assess the situation, you know, I got to find about it type shit. Shit, like, it could have been me, you feel me?
Got to fighting about it, what do you mean?
Like, you know, putting my hands on the nigga ass type shit.
Oh. Can video games train somebody for, or prepare somebody for a shootout, or no?
I mean, I don't know. You can get you a sense of it, you feel me? You can get you a sense of it, but shit, it ain't that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, certain them Call of Duty games, like for real, they teach you how to work them guns and shit though, for real. Like show you how to like you really watching the motherfucking nigga when they reloading this shit, you seeing this shit. And them guns be real guns, shit. They got them Drakes and shit on there, you feel me? Like, but you know, that's just one of them situations, like, you feel me? That's like one of them bridges, like, when you cross that bitch, you know what I'm saying? You gonna remember you crossed it, you feel me?
Have you seen someone get smoked?
I seen, not like, yeah. I seen somebody get shot, not killed. I seen my partner gunshot wounds, you know, I seen that.
But he survived?
Yeah, he survived. I seen face shots. I seen that shit.
Survival of the face shot?
Yeah, Drake bullets type shit. My brother still here today.
What does that look like in real life?
It ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to recall that shit. That, like, you know, I love that nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, son, he was meant for, you know, he was a fighter type shit. He was a fighter type shit.
Well, let me ask you this. How realistic is what one sees on television or in the movies of what you saw in real life, like a face shot?
That shit there, man. That shit, you know, I done seen it like, so like, you know, it's just different when you somebody you love, you feel me? That's what it is, like, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, you know, like, that shit ain't nothing, you know, I don't, you know, they can't recreate that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't recreate that shit, bro. You know, like, that shit there, man.
Was he able to fully recover?
Yeah. He'll come around today and you wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's people that get shot one time,
yeah, gone.
paralyzed,
Yeah.
or dead.
He got shot twice that day.
And survived, and like you said, it wouldn't even look like anything if you didn't know he had gotten shot.
Yeah, until he take his shirt off or something, you feel me?
How many shootouts do you think you've been in?
Been in.
Or experience?
No experience. Probably about like shootouts, like from, like really like, okay, I probably say about like 4 or 5, like probably about 4 or 5, like where I can really die in these hoes. Like, you know, where the pressure, like, I gotta react in a certain way to make sure I survive type shit. Now, you know, seeing it, hearing it, pulling up on the scene, hearing it and seeing the scene after the aftermath, you feel me? Like, that's a couple more of them, you know what I'm saying?
When you've experienced this, and you've seen these things in real life, does it lead to mental issues? Does it lead
Yeah,
to...
my mama tell me that all the time, like, I need like a psychiatrist and shit.
Sometimes you hear the phrase PTSD.
I do be hearing it, you know, and I got that shit, you feel me? Be just, you know, all the way 100. You know, like I be feeling like I'm psyching the mind sometimes, like, I be thinking about shit, overthinking situations I done been in and shit, like, feel me?
Because on a macro scale, not a lot of people experience a shooting, a shootout, see a shooting, see a shootout. On a macro level, if we're talking the whole world, a lot of people don't see that.
No.
You know, these are, like how you're describing, being in, experiencing 4 or 5 shootouts, this is stuff people will see on television, in the movies, play video games, or if they do experience in real life, the military.
Yeah. That shit be crazy.
So some of these questions I'm asking you, I'm just curious for people that have never experienced it in real life, and how realistic that is to those type of things.
That shit be...
When it comes to PTSD, that's self-diagnosed, it sounds like. You've never seen a professional about it yet.
Mm-mm.
Is it something you want to?
Yeah, I be like, you know, like, I mean, I have seen a professional, you know, like, I got like somebody that worked with Meat Mill type shit. She in New York. She a nice lady, you feel me? She be talking to me and shit. She's the one that like, you feel me? Like, you know, hearing it from my mama was like something I heard, you know, even growing up type shit. Like, you need somebody. You feel me? But, you know, like having her, like, the lady I'm talking about, you know, and I never engaged in her to like where I would sit down with her, but I used to give like a daily, like a journal, like, you feel me, like a weekly journal, like, you feel me, like how I felt, like what I done thought about, you feel me? And that shit right there, that just alone, like, you know, working with her through the phone, like that was enough to, you know, like get some of it off my heart. But you feel me? I don't know.
How did that even get set up?
I had ran across her, you feel me? And she seen it in me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I dodged, you know, like I was trying to dodge her for real, you know, like she got my number. She got my number and she pressed me about it, you know, she pressed me, like stayed on my tail type shit, like stayed on me. Still checking with me to this day, you know, I'm one of them stubborn motherfuckers that don't like to text back and shit, man. But, you know, as soon as I got down, you know, got that heavyweight on me, you feel me? I'll talk to her, you know, I give her a little this and that, because just somebody to, you know, get that off my mind, too.
It's somebody you just, like, randomly bumped into?
Yeah, like I met her through my CEO, you know, like Johnny Shites. You feel me? It was like just Johnny Shites a good friend. You feel me? She worked with Meek Mill on that type tip. She does the NYC together, New York City together. She big up there in New York. Named Dana Rachel. She fine.
So,
Love that lady.
so how did you bump into her? She was already
Bumped
at,
into her like at like a you know like a big music sit down. Like I think it was the day I met Casanova and them up there from New York. You know, like having a big sit down up there like. At my folks in them office and shit. And she was just in there, you feel me? Just a little lady, you know. I'm like, okay. You feel me? I'm thinking she like a, some type of Indian woman or something. And she just works with, kids that, been in the same predicament and shit. People that done, went through, are living lives as felons, and you feel me? Shit like that. Good advice, you know what I'm saying?
Is she a therapist? Is she a counselor? Is she a psychologist?
Like a counselor. She counsel but other than like at the schools up there and shit. I think I can't really give all the job the titles because I never just poked about them. You feel me? But she like my therapist. You feel me? I would like to tell her like she my therapist.
But the amount of work you have done with her, whatever that amount is.
It ain't enough. It ain't like no, like how the nigga off GTA be talking to his therapist. Like, nah, I ain't never did that before. But I think I do need to do it. Need to try it at least.
But the work you have done with her, it has helped.
It's helped. Yeah, hell yeah. And if anybody suffering from shit like that, like I suggest you to do it for real. I suggested one of my partners to do it. He say he gonna do it. I hope he do. I'm gonna keep staying in the ear about it. You feel me?
So, did she say you had PTSD, or this is still like a self-diagnosis?
Self-diagnosis, I ain't gave her too much of me, you feel me? Like she gonna find out some, new shit about me through this interview, you feel me?
And just curious, what has stopped you from seeing a professional thus far? Aside from her.
Procrastination.
Okay.
And nothing but procrastination shit, like just me being like, I'ma do it and shit when time comes, you feel me? Sometimes like I go through like flare-ups, like my family members, they be like, go on here, bro, go on here, and I still procrastinate. And 9 times out of 10, I end up being in the cell or some bullshit before, forgot all about it.
But it is on your to-do list.
It's on my to-do list for sure.
Okay, almost done wrapping up here, but what do you think happens or believes happens when someone passes away?
No, man. My faith in God, you feel me? I'm a God, like, it's faith, you know what I'm saying? You got faith in this outcome, you feel me? Like, I believe in the Christian way, Baptist way, you feel me? Like, of dying, you know what I'm saying? You're born again, you feel me? I just got faith in it though, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying? I can't. But I follow them way.
And why do you follow that?
I was raised in that, I'm down south, so, like. And then, through life, I felt like I done had experiences with God. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I had my own experiences where he done, put them hands on me like, boy, I'm here, you feel me? So.
Was it your mother who raised you under baptism?
I mean, she tried, she couldn't keep me in no church for real, like, not for real, it was just bad. And grew up, 5 brothers, 2 sisters type shit. So she, it's just a lot on her hands, you feel me? At Sundays, she want to go to church, but she just really too tired, you feel me? So, I went to church, I tried, like I went to church, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to church.
Same mother and father for all the siblings?
And I'm sisters, they're mama. But all my brothers, they came from my mama. 5 brothers.
In the event, this is my last question.
Yeah.
In the event you do pass away, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for, like, you feel me? The mark I just put on the earth, bro. You feel me? Like my message, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be remembered, you feel me? I don't know. You know, that's about it, you feel me? I just want to be remembered for my message, man. My actions, you know what I'm saying?
What is your message?
You know, I feel like I feel like I'm just pure positivity, bro. Like bettering yourself, you feel me? And that's whatever you do, like, you feel me? You can be in the streets trying to better yourself, you feel me? It's just bettering yourself, you feel me? That's what I'm about, man. Growing, man. Growing. Ain't bad.